Mrs. Panjwani in the house.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Can you tell us
Joshua.
about yourself?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very honored to be here, and I'm a mom myself, number one. So, I know mentorship is very, very critical, especially nowadays when we have so many fields and so many things to do. And some of them we don't even have to go to college, but some of them we do need postgraduate degrees. But yeah, so I am originally from Pakistan, and I came in this country a long time ago, and I have two kids. I was very young mother and a stay-home mom, but then I decided to go and pursue college or something, and then I became a chef in New York City. After that, I opened up a restaurant as well. I ran it for 4 or 5 years, but with the critical back pain and it's a very challenging job to be in a restaurant industry. But I had a really good time, and I learned a lot. And that after that, I of course sold it, moved to a different state, and I helped different clients. I started my own catering company. And from there, I help people in altering recipes if they have like challenges, any dietary restrictions of any sort. I used to make their, food and according to their illness and challenges. Um, from there, my health coaching began. Um, because I had to learn a lot about nutrition and how to really prepare meals that still nutritious and yet tasteful.
You want to?
And as everybody hears me, right? You can listen to me.
They are watching
Yeah.
movie.
Okay, because there's disturbance, so I thought, you know. Anyways, um, what I noticed
As you
at
come.
that time, somebody can just mute Yomi
You give me
or
the
Irva. If you can mute, or if you have any question, you can ask.
Yomi, can you mute your audio?
Okay.
Yomi, yes, mute your audio.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, mute your audio.
Oh, he did. He did. And it's an okay. While I was a health coach, I noticed that um, most of the time people know what they eat, how they eat it, and what to do, what not to do, but it's mostly psychological. They can't do it because of lack of motivation and maybe in depression and all that. So then I decided to go and get a certification in life coaching, and also I got certified in cognitive behavioral therapy. So I'm also a CBT practitioner as well. From there, the table has turned, and last March, I decided to launch my company, My Private Life Coach, and the website is myprivatelifecoach.com. So I help people changing their mindset. So far, I helped more than 182 people on record, you know, and maybe some more for volunteers, as a volunteer pro bono. And I learned a lot about human psychology and motivation and why people don't do what they should do, and why people do things but they don't want to do it, what keeps them going and all that. So when I was invited by you for this mentorship program, I looked up and I was like, okay, youth, I have kids, how can I inspire them? What should I tell them that will really help them in their future? And how can I make sure that they will take maybe like 5 cents from me and then, you know, use it in their career. And how can the topic do less and get more, you know? Um, so it takes me back to the basic when I looked it up, the culture of Nigeria and everything. And this reminds me, coming from Pakistan, an Asian country, Nigeria, Pakistan, we are developing countries. So then I went back
Yep.
to basic. Okay. What is it that we can do in less time and still be efficient and get our success with this competitive time? And in my opinion, if we only focus on our basics, our core values, that will take us everywhere. It's easier to blend in the crowd, but really difficult to stand out. Instead of just following, you know, if you want to be somebody, you have to keep your value system, your core belief alive. And I looked at the culture. I mean, the ethnicity we're coming from, the kind of food Nigeria, the staple of Nigerian food is so powerful. The genetics are so strong, and the culture is so beautiful. And the best part of being in a developing country is we are very strong. We don't get afraid of little winds and rain. And if the electricity goes out, the life must go on. And this makes us
Yeah.
very, very strong, you know. And I want everyone to use this as their strength, because in United States, I remember 2 years ago there was, no, 4 years ago there was a hurricane, and we were there was a power outage, and I saw people crying, and we were having fun in candlelight because I'm used to of it growing up not having electricity and still having fun. So, you know what, that was my belief, my core belief, my value system. And when I moved here, everybody thought that, you know what, I am Muslim, so we are not supposed, and Nigeria is Christian, half Christian, half Muslim. So we are coming from a very, um, let's say, faith belief country, culture. So I don't drink. So um, some people thought that when I moved to United States, I'm gonna just leave my culture, I'm gonna forget it, and I'm gonna drink and I'm gonna party and all that. And I've never done it. And I think this is what I've learned from my parents and my belief. I never feel that I'm left out in the party. I'm a very social person. So my values made me do things which is at times it's tough, but at the end it pays off. Okay.
Mm.
So that's what I
Yep.
learned from my life. Okay. Coming here in such a tender age and raising kids, knowing no one, and just learning from what I've learned from my culture, my religion, and my parents. And being in the first world country, it's kind of hard, but that core made me keep going. And even today, that is making me alive every single day. When I heard, I mean, I get depressed, I get, you know, sad, but my faith keeps me going. My, yeah, my core keeps me going. So if I tell my kids the same thing. When you wanted to initiate something, don't think that it's going to be easy. Just remember that go back to the basics. Know what you know the best. Instead of focusing on your weakness, strengthen your ability you already have, and you will get there. Keep your value system alive. That's all you need to do. You will stand out. If you look at all those people who are celebrities and we look up to, they are normal people, but they refuse to be normal. They have the same eyes, nose, you know, body and everything. They're no special. but they refuse to stand out, and they refuse to blend in. They wanted to stand out. They wanted to remember their value, their core, and that's how they made a statement in the world. That's who they are. Our music, our food, our culture, our genes are so strong that whatever you will do, it will make a statement. Nigerian people are strong people. You have a choice. You have a choice of being good, or you have a choice being very bad. Whatever you do, I know you will do it very, very well because you have a very strong genes. So know your choices. Do you have any question yet?
Right. No question. So very briefly, we are going to just play a video of you, just a kind of a publicity of our guest tonight. So we're going to call our technical man now to just play a video very shortly before we move into the meeting deeper.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Today we celebrate a privilege to host one of the prominent personality who is the person of Alishba Amir Panjwani. Alishba is a certified life and health coach, a professional chef, a certified pastry chef, and above all, she is the founder and private life.
I think it's kind of stuck here.
Yep. Hello, Mr. Obi.
For her client is having them literally write down what they wish to achieve and help them get it. And that is why making a difference in the lives of others is her spiritual elation. And you know what? She seeks to make that happen every single day. Oh wow. Alishba also teaches that for any successful life coaching, health and wellness is presumed. Health and wellness is paramount. And in one of her popular quotes, she said, I want to be remunerated only if I can help you. Her success is not far-fetched from being linked to her disciplined lifestyle and determination over the years. For more information, you can reach Alishba, our coach, on the following links. On Facebook page, Myprivatelifecoach, on Instagram, Myprivatelifecoach, and on email, myprivatelifecoach@gmail.com. You can also reach her on WhatsApp chats on 667-888-0927, and then you can dial her mobile number on 166-788-0927. My Private Life Coach. Success has a link to your health and wellness. My Private Life Coach, Alishba Amir Panjwani.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so
That
much.
made me a celebrity.
Technical, yeah. Right. Today we are talking on doing less and achieving more. That's a theme for me is one that I am particularly interested.
Mm.
I read a book uh, some many months back, the 80-20 rule.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw when I picked the theme, doing less and achieving more,
Mm-hmm.
my mind went back to that book, the 80-20 rule. How
Mm-hmm.
can achieve more
Mm-hmm.
by doing less? That 80% of the results that we produce is basically because of our engagement on the 20% of things that we constantly and habitually do.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you tell us more on doing less and achieving more?
Sure. So, like I said, know what you know best and use it for your 20%, 80% of who you are. In today's age, what happens that in the time of media, we get inspired by things which we see outside in the world, and we think that we should have it, we should do it. But only if we look within, we have so much to learn from. When I was young, even now, the best activity, the best conversation I have from with people who are way older than me, and they're in their retired age, what they tell me, I learned how they do it, and how can I mean, what if they have the cell phones, what if they have the TV and all those things? How would life be at that time? Look how they achieve things, how things they maneuver, and how they achieve their life, and because of them we are doing what we are doing. So again, those are the basics. So if you have the value system, if you do everything right, what your culture teaches you, your parents, your religion, your faith, and you respect your dignity, you respect your own, you respect your own people, your own parents, your own teachers. That's how your personality is going to build. That will be the 80% of you. When I do my life coaching, yes, I got certified. Yes, I've learned. I did a lot of pro bono. I learned from people because this is people skill. But when I coach, what I give them is my belief, my how my brought up is, what my mentality is, my positivity is. I don't teach them religion. What I teach them is doing the right thing, what benefits them. So that is my 20% of the what I am built of. My 80% is my core. And no book in the world will teach me this. I've been taught by my culture, my religion, my parents, my teachers, and they built this whole personality. So if the only thing you can do at this point is value where you are from, what is there, what is available to you, this is your time to absorb everything, the goodness. But you have a choice. There's a lot of bad things out there. It's up to you. Your faith will keep you away from that, and then you make the 80% of your skill from it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah. You talked about our core, our values. I understand that there are people who don't know their values, and regardless of the age, how old they are,
Mm-hmm.
they still don't know their values. They can't clarify their values, and that is one. How can people clarify their values? Because what you cannot clarify, or what you have not gotten clarified,
Mm-hmm.
cannot be exemplified. You cannot live out what you don't know on a conscious level.
Okay.
On a conscious level. Yeah. So how can people clarify their values? Because everyone does have values. Everyone have values, whether they are positive or they are negative values. Values are values, but how they impact society and impact the person, it depends a lot on how they've clarified their values. So how can people clarify their values? Because I believe strongly that one of the things we can do to achieve more is to focus on our core values.
Mhm.
Yes. So how can people clarify their values?
So when a government make a law, you know, and when faith makes a law, if you see, any faith will teach you the right thing. It's us who just, amend things according to our taste and, whatever our mentalities. So law is right, your faith is right. So even if you are 80 years old and you're not clear about your things, your choices, um, look up what's acceptable in law. Like no country, no law will tell you to do drugs, to steal, to swear, to curse. No religion will teach you that. Okay. But do people do that? Yes, they do. So they don't have value system? No, no, no. They do. They chose not to value their values. They made a choice because they think that's easy. But it's not consistent. The life is very short. You will leave from this world, or you will leave if you are a nuisance even in your neighborhood. The day you will leave that neighborhood, people will be like, thank God this person is gone. This is like cleaning a dirt. But if you are a good person, nobody wants you to leave from that neighborhood. People will help you to keep in that neighborhood. If you die, they will probably make a monument, you know. But if you're bad, even if you are in your grave, people will only remember you with the worst part of your, self, even though you are not there to harm them anymore. So it's the choice. Values are good. It's the choice you make. But going into that choosing that bad route is easy. It's quick. It's instant gratification, which makes us do things. It's hard to be on a right path. It's very hard. And it's very easy to be on that colorful, because the bad path is very, very colorful because you can see it clear just for, it's not very distant. So it's a choice. And when I said that we have very good genetics, Nigerians are strong. Just know so. You have the capacity to be on that right path because you are the one who can get there. A weak person cannot get there. Only a strong person can get there, who has the ability to resist, who's ready to take some pain. If there's a rain or shine or hurdles or, the hurricane, we stay tall because we know how to survive.
All right. So I have a question at this point. There are people who have different values for
Mm-hmm.
different aspects of their life.
Mm-hmm.
They have work values, they have family values,
Mm-hmm.
they have the values they live outside the family, in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And their values is compartmentalized.
Mm-hmm.
I have observed people like that who
Yes.
have values that are compartmentalized. They have values they live in the family. They have values they live at work. They have values they exemplify in their immediate environment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is this advisable? Is this good? Is this okay
It's
to have
confusing.
value?
It's confusion. It's not values.
Okay.
If you don't lie, you don't lie. If you are a man, you are a man. If I'm a woman, I'm a woman. I cannot be a man in my workplace and be a woman at my home. That's confusion. Okay. So you want it to be respected and known for your identity. Identity is very, very important, and it's your choice to make your identity. You know, our parents, I mean, they're from a different era and they're not perfect people. There are things which probably they have done wrong or they do not know how to teach us. And that's okay, because I am in a different country. I was here for a long time. My parents were in a different place. My teachers are in a different place. They never been to America, so that's fine. But because I know who I am, I have my identity, it's easier to blend in and where I need to blend in, and it's easier to stand out as well. The goal is to get respected, whether I'm at home or I'm outside. And my identity has to be positive. If I talk to you, you might not remember my name after 10 years, but you will remember the impact I leave on you today, if that makes
Yeah.
any sense. Yes.
All right. Uh, there's a question on my mind. Uh, just as we started planning for this meeting, a number of people, a number of the participants that are listening to us or watching us on YouTube or Facebook, they don't know how to go about uh, actually living out their values courageously. It is one thing to know what to do and the goodness of it, and it is another thing to find the courage to stand for it, to say, this I'm going to stand on, I'm going to live by this, I'm going to continue on this principle. How can people find the courage to stand by their values, to live by their principles? How can people find the courage to do so?
In today's age, I would say find an inspiration. I know there is a lot of evil out there, but at the same time, there are people like you. There are people who are in their neighborhood, in their families, in their school. They're ready to help. If anybody comes to me, and I have kids, teenagers who contacted me sometimes, and I do not make them my client, because that is one place I don't want to make money. I don't give them a lot of, like, 6-month contract or something. But whatever I tell them the right thing. For example, I have kids contacting me for relationship, because I am a relationship coach. And relationship is very important for me. It doesn't matter a man and a woman relationship with your family, your friends, your school, your work, every relationship. And that's where, like you said, values. So when I talk to them, and everyone has, some kind of question. I don't know how to deal with my boss. I don't know how to deal with my sibling, and everybody's just like making fun of me. We have so many problems or challenges in life. Sometimes it's just our perception. Sometimes it's actually happening to us. I definitely think find an inspiration. Read about people. Okay. I don't find myself very qualified, but I do say that I am very experienced, because I'm a people's person. I live a life where I met inspirational people, and if not in person, I find inspiration in media, like in on social media or somewhere. Like, one of my dream is to be on an Oprah show, and that was my dream, like, many years ago, and who knows, it's gonna happen. So, what, there is No one who tells me not to dream. If I dream, if I find an inspiration, I know law of attraction will take me to that place. It's just that I have to find my focus and I have to be consistent. Yes, there will be days, there are times when people are discouraged because whatever happens to us, for example, last June, my brother passed away in Pakistan, COVID. My first cousin, who I adore the most, he passed away in COVID. My aunt passed away in COVID. Last year, same time, my mother passed away. It was a tough year. So when my mother passed away, yes, I was hospitalized. I could not take that pain. But when my brother passed away, even though I did not talk to him for so long, what helped me is I knew what I have to do now. I prayed for him and I decided to help others. Okay. I decided to talk to people. I coached more. The third day of his death, I started to go back to my work and I took my clients. And when I talked to them, that gave me a lot of energy. And I was fine after that. The loss is still there. He will never come back. I will never be able to talk to him. But then I have to live, and I have to live rightly. You know, might I could be in the hospital, I could be taking depression pills, I could be in bed, you know, and not helping my family, my friends, my responsibility. But this time I made a choice that instead of going down, I'm going to come up. And that's exactly what happened, because I know that I'm not the only one who lost a soul. There are a million others. And I just wanted to make sure that I should take care of myself and my family so none of us, will suffer from this. It's hard, but it's not impossible. So find a mentor, find an inspiration. And trust me, even if you do not have money, there are people who are ready to help you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. There's an aspect of your coaching I would like you to give us hints about goal setting and goal achievement. And now we are looking forward to a new year, 2021. For this year, it has been a tough year for many of my mentees who are in the club.
Let's do something with you so people can see. They might not see me next year, but they can follow up with you. Let me ask you. It's December 31st, 2021. How do you see yourself? What are 3 major goals you wanted to achieve by December 31st?
All right, me?
You.
All right. By December 31st, I want to grow a followership of 3,000 people in my Facebook community group. I want to grow a followership of 3,000. That is the mark. That is the milestone.
Okay.
And then number 2, to have global dominance. I want to be able to have over 1,000 subscribers in Valiant Generation YouTube channel. Because YouTube is one way to really affect a whole lot of people in the global space. And so we have about 3 or 4 sessions of success seminars in our YouTube channel. So one goal I have before me, before 31st of November, is that we should be 1,000 subscribers. Right now, we are just about 30 subscribers. Yes, in a space of 3 weeks, and we are growing.
Okay.
Number 3, I want to have 4 people like myself doing what I'm doing, engaging international speakers, communicating with them, and hosting virtual summits. I want to have 3 people who are doing exactly what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay, great. So basically, this is all about your company, the Valiant, if I'm wrong. Okay. So let's pick one. If between the 3, which one is the first one? Like the first one you have to tackle, like that has to be the first one.
Yes, the one that have to be the first one is to have 3,000 followership in the Facebook community group.
Okay, 3,000 followership. So have you decided a strategy how to get there?
Yes, I've developed a strategy, and one of the strategy,
I do
among
not have to know
others.
the strategy. I do not have to know the strategies. I just wanted to
Okay.
make sure. Yeah. So the strategies you have, if I have to ask you, how many steps does that strategy have? Like, like 10, 11, or 12? Like how many steps you have to do in order to get to that 3,000?
I need about 8 steps to take to get there.
So 8 steps. And have you written it down?
Yes, I have them on paper.
I
have them on paper because I know whatever you don't put on paper hardly works.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's one thing you just said, and before I forget, journaling and writing is the way to go. You have to. Even I don't like to write, but I write. It helps. And sometimes reading your own self, what you wrote, is very, very, very important in clarifying those stuck thoughts. Okay. So in order to get to 3,000 followers in 8 steps, how many steps you think should be done by the end of 6 months? Like from here.
Come again, please. The question.
Okay. So by July 2021, how many things or steps should be done?
Yes, by July, I think about 7 of those steps must have been taken. 7 of those steps must have been taken.
Okay. So I'm not going to go into detail. So this is what's going to happen. So if I'm working with someone and if I have a goal and it's a 1-year goal, I'm going to say, okay, in 1-year goal, 3,000 followers, let's say what you need to do. Where do you see yourself in 6 months? So 6 months, you say, I'm just hypothetically saying that, you probably say, you know what, if I have 1,500 by July, I'll be fine. That is a good goal. And then I'm like, okay, then let's talk about the 3 months. What needs to be done in 3 months? Then we talk about the 2 months, then 1 month, and what needs to do like in 4 weeks. So what is it that you need to do right now in order to get to that December 31st goal? So when we write those things down, it is easier for us to not only understand, but it's just give you a blueprint of your plan. And then you will understand who do you need to engage, who do you need to talk, what help do you need, what are if there is any finance involved, what kind of a time you're looking for. So it is very important when you write a goal. Even if you tell me that I wanted to visit Mars next year, we can actually write down the blueprint of that goal into every single step. And whatever help and research needed for that, we can absolutely do it. There is nothing which says it is impossible. So if that answers your, question. Okay.
Yeah. Before we conclude, we have some questions coming in already.
Sure.
But let me ask this question. Yeah. One other aspect of your coaching session is on relationships, which you've hinted a while ago.
Yes.
So how does relationship impact our achievement? How does relationship impact our achievement, whether on a local level or a more broader and global level? How does relationship impact our achievement, our level of achievement?
Okay. So if you come and ask me about relationship, the word, I would say before you get involved in any kind of relationship as an adult, where you can understand what relationship is, whether it comes to your parents, your siblings, your friends, your partner, your kids, anyone, build a relationship with yourself. Know your boundaries, know yourself, have 100% clarity. If you have confusion, clarify. Okay. I was talking only before the session to someone that there was a time, long time ago, our ancestors were basically, we have been taught like this, that, oh, you are a boy. So this is how you perform. This is your role, how to be a boy. And now you're a man. So this is how the role goes. This is how you should do it. Now you are someone's husband, and this is how you should do it. And the person just goes by the role. No, it should not be like that anymore. No, you should know yourself. If you like to help your wife, if you like to, I mean, we are coming from a culture, at least I am coming from a culture where it used to be a shame if a man cooks because it's women's job. Women are the one who cooks, but now we have one of the best chefs. How? They must have get an inspiration from some female in order to be what they are today. So they changed the whole mindset. Engineering used to be a man field, but now women are one of the best, engineers as well. CEOs were only supposed to be men, but now women are also Fortune 500 CEOs. So it's your mindset. So change the relationship with yourself first. And that is very, very important. And if you know who you are, and if you know your identity, the relationship you will build with others will actually define that as well. You will find a partner who will not only appreciate your quality, but also supports you, because now you have clarity about yourself and you expect the same. So communication is very, very important. If there is one thing we need to learn from this world is how to communicate well. So read, write, get help, communicate well, build a relationship with yourself. How? By your value system, by your culture, what you have, increasing your strength, instead of focusing on your weakness. That is much easier. If you know how to cook, you can be a better chef. That's how it goes, So that's what I would say about relationship. So, and definitely you're going to inspire others. If you talk clearly, people will communicate to you clearly.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have somebody who asked a question
Mm-hmm.
while the session is on. He's asking the ideology, the philosophy of doing less and achieving more. Does it not negate the principle of hard work? Hard work, because the ordinary person is thinking, I'm doing less and achieve less. You do more to achieve more. And now we are talking on doing less. Does it not negate the principle of hard work?
Okay.
What can you say about hard work?
You have a choice. Either you work hard or work smartly. What do you want to do? You can work all day long and have absolutely no result, and you keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it until and unless you change the strategy. If you try to cut a piece of big wood with a small knife, it will take you years. Or if you do the same thing with a big, hammer or something, but with the dull one, it's going to be as good as a knife. So you should put a lot of energy in sharpening your tools than just, keep doing the hard work. So no, it does not negate. Work smartly. You do not have to work hardly. Yeah. If that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you so much. So lastly, from my end, the question I have, because I have carefully uh, uh, gone through your profile, and you actually are a coach, certified health coach also. Now, how does our health impact our achievement? Because basically we are talking about creating impact, achieving a life of greatness, doing less in a space of time that we have been given by the Creator. All right. So, and then we are able to achieve. So how does our health impact on achievement, on our level of achievement?
Okay. Very good question. Actually, I do not have the real research, but now we eat more food than our ancestors. They eat less. So we have a lot of production of food. And that's where the GMO comes in and say, okay, you need more food, go ahead, eat it. Genetically modified food, which is not good. So if you eat a lot, of course, you're going to be lazy. What you eat is going to make up your body, your brain. So food is definitely a big contribution to your mind, to your heart, to your body, and what you do. That is definitely important. And another part is try to reduce all those baked goods, because that is making us dull. But here, before we move on, if you really wanted to be a model, you don't have to listen to me then, because I only talk to people who just like to be healthy. I do not coach people who like to be size 0, because I don't think so I can ever coach them. I can help you to be healthy, but I cannot help you with if you wanted to have a drastic fad diet and do anything to fit into a certain size, because that is not healthy and that is not what I preach. So whatever put into your mouth has to have some kind of meaning to it. Okay, a little tablet which makes you really skinny is not basically good for you. But at the same time, eating all those GMO filled food and all the junk food is making us mentally and physically weak. Growing up, we never heard of the word allergies and, all those asthma and I don't know, cancer and all that. But now everything is increasing, even though we are living in a smart, technology world, because of our eating habits. We eat a lot. So eat only when you are hungry. Don't eat just because, oh, it's time for breakfast, it's time for lunch, it's time for dinner. No, no, no. This principle is not right. And if anybody tells you that this is a magic potion to make you this is wrong. You definitely wanted to work on your mindset than taking that potion. This is wrong. If somebody comes and tell you, I give you 30-day guarantee and you're going to be like this is all steroids, this is all bad, don't ever do it. Just know so. Eat whatever you put into your mouth has to have some nutrition part to it, because your brain and your heart will only work well if you give them a good food.
Right. Thank you so much. Yep.
If any questions, I'm ready to take. I know it's 1 hour. If anybody wants to ask any question, I'm here. That's fine.
All right. Let me quickly check if we have questions.
Or if they wanted to write me an email, or
right.
Yeah, if they wanted to write me an email and ask anything, please go ahead. They can write myprivatelifecoaching@gmail.com, or just simply go to my website, myprivatelifecoach.com, or Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you can message me. You can WhatsApp me anytime, and I will definitely get back to you. And I'm really honored that if anybody is listening to me who is in their, in college, and they're actually here, I'm pretty sure that person is very, very special. They really wanted to work on themselves. They're really looking forward to have a great life, and they are information hungry. And just make sure that the hunger never goes away. You never know where you get inspiration, which creates a big power to you. And one day you will be sitting in a place where I will come and get inspiration from you. You never know.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I believe viewers on Facebook and viewers on YouTube, you have just participated, or we're just finishing the success seminar, doing less and achieving more. I didn't tell you my name. My name is Joshua Ogbaneme from Nigeria. And then we have our guest from the United States of America. And she's originally from Pakistan. And she's a life coach, certified health coach also. And she's doing a great job. You can visit her on her social media handle, my private life coach. Get to know her, get to learn from her. And then she have just told you how to reach her on email or on WhatsApp or on Instagram. My private life coach, my private life coach. Right. So thank you very much. If you have any question, our time is up. So just email our guest tonight, and I believe that she's going to respond to your question as soon as possible. As soon as possible. So I want to thank our guest tonight for honoring our invitation.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night,
Thank you.
guys.
So my friend, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. So please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then don't forget to hit the notification bell to get notified of updates and videos that are coming every week. Thank you for being with us. Thank you.